Everybody ready? Dan, we'll kick things off with you.
Olof, just what's the takeaway from a match like tonight? Just what are some of the things that kind of stand out to you?
Yeah, I thought it was a really solid game. Could have won, could have lost. I thought we had the bigger chances and didn't concede that much. We worked extremely hard, and yeah, we had a solid game, I think, against the good side.
The Kessler injury, how much did that kind of change what you guys did on defense, if at all? I mean, just kind of how do you guys kind of move? Make up for that
we
absence?
didn't change too much, tactically. But obviously it's the player who has done extremely well for us at the start of the season, but really happy to see the center backs out there today. I thought all three did extremely well, Josh, Timo, and Kyle.
We'll go to Charlie here.
Hey, Coach. What went in this week to plan against Brian White, who scored 4 last week against Austin, and now limiting him to 0 and expected goals of under 0.1?
Yeah, again, I thought that they did well. We've been scouting a lot during the week, how they play, not only him, but the rest of the team as well. It's again, as I said, it is a solid team. They have good players. So, we were ready for how they play. We expected them to play in the way they did. And, again, happy with the game plan. And, the guys did really well. They looked confident out there.
We'll go to Justin and Matt.
Coach, it seemed like there's maybe more of a willingness for in the attack to take defenders on 1v1. Was that just based on how Vancouver looks to defend against the counterattack?
So sorry that we.
Well, it just looked like there was more of a willingness in the attack to take on defenders 1v1 as opposed to like in previous weeks.
Yeah, I think so. But that was also something we were looking at. When we get in those situations that we were going to take them on. Both with the runs in behind and also, as you said, in the 1v1. I mean, they have a good defense. They have good center backs. They're on the bigger side. So in turning and running backwards, they can struggle sometimes, and we try to exploit that.
And then what do you hope the takeaway is from this? Obviously, you don't get the win that you've been looking for, but you get a result against the Vancouver side that's been very good this season so far.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of positives to take from today's game. We were well organized. We worked hard. We lost the ball too easily sometimes, but we worked extremely hard in transition to defense. So we prevented them from creating big chances from that. Happy with that today.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Matt.
Coach, what was the injury with Henry Kessler, and how long is he expected to be out for?
Hamstring strain. Grade 2, I think. So probably looking at a month or so.
Looking at the game, can you speak to the adjustments you made in the second half, looking at how you changed a little bit in what Marcel Hartl and Conrad Wallem were doing on goal kicks and otherwise in initiating transition? What did you see that caused you to go with some of those changes?
Yeah, I mean, they have quite a lot of free. We have some alternatives there we were looking at, and the freedom for them to rotate there. So Chelle was rotating a little bit more on that left-hand side, and it worked well for us on a few occasions. So he continued to do so, and that's something we've been working in training. Especially on the left-hand side, those rotations with Kyle as well, Conrad, Celio, Cello, not to be predictable for the opponent.
We'll go in the back with Kevin.
Hey Olof, how's it going? Just what's the level of frustration? You guys get another goal that's taken back from with the video officiating. What's the level of frustration with that?
Yeah, it is frustrating, and a little bit difficult to understand the inconsistency in the decision making. Looking at last week's decision as well.
We'll go right here to Matt.
to start the game and also throughout the game, Hartel was over on the right side a little bit more. It's how important is, I know we've talked about the balance there, and you mentioned it there, that combination on the left side of Celio, Wallem, and Hartel has so much success. So how important was it for you guys to make that switch at the start of the game and get Hartel over on the right side and bring some balance to the attack?
Yeah, I mean, we thought it was an opportunity well, we thought with Conrad and Celio on that left hand side, they can create a lot of dangers even without Cello. So we thought it'd be a good idea for Cello to help out a little bit on the right hand side as well. So we could be a threat there as well. But again, I said it before, he's a very mobile player, Cello. Covers a lot of ground, both attacking and defending. So we try to use him in as many ways as possible.
In the first half, especially, you guys were shifting kind of to a 4-3-3. You're bringing Wallem into the center midfield. I know I talked to you on Friday about getting more bodies in the midfield. You went with 3 forwards again. And so can you talk a little bit just about how important it is and why you guys decided to go to that switch more, and how important it was to get Wallem in the central midfield and what it did for the attack?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted, not to be predictable there either. We varied a little bit. Sometimes we were building with a back 3, sometimes with 4. We wanted a lot of movement there. We thought it was a good idea against their formation. Yeah, I thought it looked good at times. Also, the longer option, I thought Ben did well on that, and especially in the first half of finding that option as well. I think Klaus is improving all the time, also in his target play, winning more battles in the air, which is important for us to have that option as well.
We'll go to Charlie.
Coach, Celio Pompeu taken out in the 69th minute, I believe. Another time where Celio doesn't play a full 90. Is this more of a strategic thing, or is Celio still not ready to play a full 90?
I think he's ready. I thought he dropped a little bit in energy at that time, and he did that last week as well a little bit, and it was a good timing to get energy in the team. And Mackay is an energy player, so is Simon. So we thought it was an opportunity to get energy on the pitch and to try to push for a goal. Last 20, and I thought we found that and looked dangerous on a few occasions at the end.
We'll go to Matt.
Coach, what was the explanation you received on the offside call on Conrad Wallem?
I haven't received an explanation. No.
Have you seen the playback?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I don't understand it. I don't know. I think the goal should stand. Especially if they decide to give it. Again, as I said, where is the consistency? Last week, they gave the offside, decided to review, and it was obviously not onside. So now, I mean, it's definitely not obvious offside. I think anyone can see that, and I could see for how long it took, for the referee to review that. So with that said, why change? When you probably should have changed last week. So, unfortunate for us, it costs us points.
And I wonder if you could talk a little bit about Mackay Joyner's performance, giving him more minutes in this game, his second appearance in MLS. What have you seen from him, and what did you think of his performance tonight?
I thought he did really well. Worked hard, spoke about his role there as well, was important in both attacking and defending. And I thought he did that really well, put a few nice crosses in. He's good in the air as well, strong both defensively and attacking. So I like what I saw from him.
Last week you saw he had played a more of a defensive role, I think, just by nature of the game. Is this kind of where you see him in ideal role, that left attacking side?
Yeah, I think so. All right. I think any it's a left-footed player, you get more deep runs and more crosses maybe from that left-hand side, whilst on the right-hand side you're able to come in a little bit more on the inside and be dangerous from those positions. So it's pros and cons. I think he can play both those sides, but those positions are I think probably his best.
We'll wrap things up with Matt Rocco.
Something that jumped out. I know Marcel's playing that deeper role, but the only touch in the box he had in the game was the goal that gets taken away. Just can this offense be successful? Can you win games if a player like Marcel Hartel, who's so important to the offense, isn't touching the ball in the box?
Yeah, I think so. And he had some really good position just outside of the box throughout the game as well. And this is one of his biggest strengths. That final pass. And I mean with Klaus, Sedi, Conrad on the pitch, we have players who can score goals, and I'm sure they will come.
Coach, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
We're Conrad Wallem here. Charlie, we'll start with you this time. If you can get a mic.
Hey, Conrad. Do you think you were offside?
Honestly, I haven't seen it back, but what I've heard is they blew offside because it was not like action by meaning from the defender, and yeah,
And-
it's not point of me saying my opinion because it's offside, and they blew offside. So yeah.
And how do you think overall the team played, coming off 3 losses and then you draw against one of the best teams in the MLS? How do you think your play changed this week from past weeks?
Well, I think it was a positive game. We looked more solid defensively, like we was building on in the start of the season, and we were getting up the pitch, pressing high, getting out of their pressure a lot, and creating some big chances as well. And against one of the best teams in the league, it's, I think, overall a positive experience. And of course, but at the end of the day, it's really frustrating to sit there and not have the win today, for sure.
We'll go to Matt Baker.
Conrad, can you talk about, especially in the second half, your movements on and off the ball with Marcel Hartel, some of those transition opportunities? What were your instructions in plays like that where you would begin a play in the midfield and then you drop back more to the left side? What was the mindset and what were the goals of those kinds of plays?
Yeah, I was to try to get some movement in the center with the cello as well, or Hartel, because he's a free moving player as well, so he can move out left and I move in centrally and get up the field as well to help out in the final third to get into the box, and then it worked well in the build up, and we with the Alfredo as well. I think we played out of the pressure good from the all the way from the back from Ben and up to the striker. So yeah, I think it was from my point now it was a positive experience, but yeah.
Does this feel like it was a step forward from the Columbus game?
Yeah, for sure. Against Columbus, we maybe create bigger chances, but I think today we look a lot more solid all over the pitch. We do our job defensively in transition. When we lose the ball, everyone runs back with the whole team, and I think you can see that today they don't create a lot of big chances, and that's because of that.
Dan, go ahead.
Conrad, when a goal gets overturned like that, what does that do for kind of like momentum and just kind of continuing that you're like recapturing that?
No, at the moment it's frustrating, but that's how it is. It's now with the VAR, it's you have to get used to it. And it's been there a couple of years now, so starting to get used to it because you just have to move on. And we had the good momentum at that point, and we just tried to build on that because yeah, it was working well.
We'll go on the back with Kevin.
How's it going? Kevin Ryan, so Fox 2 News. Just how close is this team from really breaking through and scoring goals like you guys think you can?
Yeah, I feel you can see today we are a step closer to the main goal, and looking like a solid team. And in getting the goals, if we get that goal not overturned by VAR, I think this could be a game we win 2-3-0. And yeah, but that's just the momentum at the end of the day. In these games, we have we just need to work hard, and you can see today is just a right step in the right direction.
Is it kind of befuddling that you guys haven't been able to figure it out over the last however many weeks, this month or so, that you guys have so many guys that could put the ball in the back of the net?
Yeah, it's of course frustrating, but we try to just look at ourselves and how we can create those big chances, and the goals will come if we create the big chances. And as solid as we are today, if we continue like this, I think for sure we will win games.
Well, I'm gonna go to Justin Honecker.
Conrad, I wanted to ask about Mekhi Joyner, who has played back-to-back games now, and you're out there on the pitch with him for a little bit today. But what have you seen from him as a young player, still inexperienced, but to get out there and just kind of be in the mix immediately?
I think Mekhi has done brilliantly. Come in with encourage. He's been very positive in my mind. He's doing the work defensively and his threat offensively. Does the put the work in, and he's not. You can see he's not afraid to be out there. That's sometimes typical when young players come onto the field in our early age. It's sometimes easy to play with the shoulders high up, but I think Mekhi has done very good. Yeah, so positive impact for sure.
Anyone else? Nope. Conrad, thank you. We appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. Justin, you want to kick us off?
Then your second clean sheet of the season. How's it feeling?
Feels good. Clean sheet is always nice. I feel good out there, feel comfortable. It's nice that we kept a clean sheet today. And I think, yeah, that's it. Yeah, happy for now.
I think we talked after your first clean sheet against Seattle about, just getting in the rhythm with the ball at your feet. Today it seemed like you're very comfortable like passing in those long passing sequence. Are you starting to feel more the rhythm of being that everyday starter at this point?
Yeah, it goes quickly. You start a couple of games and then all of a sudden you feel really comfortable versus, yeah, you play now and then we'll see. Maybe you play in, I don't know, in 8 games. It's a difference. And then you just want to survive. You just want to play good for one game. And don't want to take too many risks. It's normal. And now that you play a couple of games in a row, yeah, you start to feel a little bit more comfortable.
Dan, go ahead.
Ben, what are some of the things that you guys can build on after a match like tonight?
Yeah, good intensity. Again, I think we all felt comfortable in the back. We played good from the back. We created momentum, a lot of energy, and I think you can feel it. I think we had a lot of willpower. We really wanted to win. We wanted to give the fans something. And it's really close. You can see it at all these games that we're playing. Every game can go, one way or the other. It really comes down to a couple moments that decide the game, and I think we're really close of breaking through.
What are some of the things that Vancouver, like the challenges they present? How did you kind of see you guys?
Yeah, I mean,
match up with
I
them?
did a good job with my goalkeeper coach scouting them, and in general, the team who scouted them, they're good at a lot of things. They can cross the ball, they can play deep in behind us. They're a very versatile team. They have good players. So we had to be alert at every moment. And I think tonight we did a really good job. We looked at the Columbus game and we saw that, when we're behind the ball, we need to be more aggressive, shifting, stepping. No team should score against us if we have all the players behind the ball. That's something we looked at, and I think we did a better job tonight.
We go to Matt, then to Charlie.
Ben, this was the only Vancouver's second clean sheet that they've given up all season. What does it mean to have that performance against the best goal scoring team in the league so far?
Yeah, I personally don't look at those kind of things. It would have been nice to, I don't know, get a clean sheet against Columbus or even Austin. It doesn't matter. We're just going out there every game and trying our best, and for myself as well. The result sometimes we can't really influence, especially in the back. So I think tonight, yeah, we were pretty sound in the back, and yeah, it feels good. I played a couple of times against Vancouver, and it didn't go so well. They scored a couple of goals on me, so it feels nice that we kept a 0 in the back.
Can you talk about any changes, or what was the back line like without Henry Kessler for the first time?
I would definitely miss Henry. I don't know how long he's out. He's a top player. We'll miss him. But I think we have a team where everybody can step up and step into a new role, and I think we've shown it today. And I'm myself in a situation where I have to step up, and I mean, we're all here for a reason. We're all good players. We just need to bring it every single game and improve on those little things. And again, I think we feel all that we're really, really close. Austin, we lost 1-0. It is sometimes it really can go either way, and we feel we're getting really close of deciding those kind of games to our favor.
Charlie.
Hey Ben, this is the second injury to a key player on a Friday training session. You know, first you had Berkey breaking his hand. Now you have Kessler. You have Henry Kessler with the grade 2 hamstring strain, as head coach Mellberg said. Do you think, you know, Friday practices maybe just like over exerting, or, you know, so is there something different about those end of week practices that may be more you know, indicative to injuries?
Yeah, I think that's really just bad luck, really. I think the hardest sessions of the week are usually Tuesdays and Wednesdays. You know, it's just bad luck. An injury can happen then, or it happens on a Friday where you just really walk through, play a couple maybe small-sided games and just get sharp for the game. Bad luck, really.
And what's the mentality, knowing that you lost some key players going into it? Is it just like next man up? You know, like you said, you're all here for a reason.
Yeah, we're all professional soccer players. We're all here for a reason. So next man up. We're not too far away from a playoff spot. We feel good about tonight's performance. We miss Edu every single game as well. Of course, we need everybody. So it's good to see a couple of guys coming back, like Janus Horn and Totland. They didn't play tonight, but you know, they're back in the squad. We just need a healthy squad. We need everybody, and that just creates fire in training. That creates competition, and that's what we need.
Anyone else, Ben? Ben, thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.